Hey everyone, happy Friday, Off the Rails Sports with your friend Bert. Looking forward to the weekend. Already getting started with about 7:15 first tee time this morning at the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black Course in New York, in Bethpage, New York. And got to tell you, one of my picks yesterday, and I didn't like it because I don't want to fade the red, white, and blue at home, but Europe on paper is just a better team right now, the way everybody's playing on both sides. And they were giving us plus 160, plus 170 on Europe to win. I just thought that was mathematically the play to make. Now, I backed down that return a little bit and bought a little insurance for a draw no bet, meaning if they tie, I get my money back. I don't win, but I get my money back. I can't remember the last time the Ryder Cup tied, so I'm not sure why I did that. And they're only through one session. They got one more session to go today, two more tomorrow, and then all the matchups on all the matchups on Sunday. But the first three groups that went out, Europe throttled them, and then the Americans salvaged a point with the last group. Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay got it done on the last hole. So, but that was close because they had a two-shot lead, and then it got tied and going into the last hole, and the Americans sealed the deal there. So, I love the Ryder Cup. Not as much as I like majors, but it's fun. It's different. It's not fun when you get some of these matchups that are blowouts because they're done with 4 holes to play or 3 holes to play. So it cuts your golf short. So it's less golf to watch, but the crowds are fantastic. They were ready to go in New York, rowdy New Yorkers and just American fans across the board. But one way to silence them is to go out and kick their butts, and that's what Europe did. Just focus. They're loaded. They got Tommy Fleetwood, Ludwig Aberg, Victor Hovland, Rory McIlroy, Matthew Fitzpatrick. I mean, they've got a who's who, if you will, of guys that are playing really well on the PGA Tour. And then you throw in a John Rahm, and tough sledding for the Americans. They never make it easy on themselves. I don't feel like. But at any rate, we'll pay attention to that and watch that through the weekend. MLB coming down to the wire. We're now into the final series of the season. Playoffs start next week, but there's a lot still of jostling going on. So I'm loving this. We're loving this. New York and Toronto are tied for the AL East division. So they're going back and forth. Toronto's got the tiebreaker on that right now, but they're tied. We still have the saga with, if you will, with Cleveland and Detroit. Now, Detroit got a game from them last night, but Cleveland still won like 12 out of their last 14, and the Tigers have subsequently lost 12 out of their last 14. Insane. And all the while, the Houston Astros were losing 5 in a row. So they're fighting for the wild card with Detroit right now and / Cleveland. And then you've got the Seattle Mariners won something like 16 out of 17, or went on a stretch where they won 16 out of 17 to take hold of that division. Now I think they won 17 out of 18. Mariners are awesome. But I'm looking for the playoffs, and I'm just glad we've got some things going on to keep the interest for the regular season and the playoff positioning. And locally, the Reds, they're still in it. They're a game behind the Mets, and I think the Diamondbacks are a game behind the Reds. These are all very average teams that are just playing for this final spot. But hey, someone's going to make it, and you never know what happens once you get into the playoffs. All right, another week of football, of course. College, 2 local teams, Ball State and Purdue, are off. Notre Dame goes to Fayetteville, Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks. So they're going down to SEC country. This is a really good game for high noon. I'm loving it. And honestly, I'm not sure what to think about this. Notre Dame is a really good team. Notre Dame is a really good team, and credit them for playing 2 really, really awesome games as far as the opponents go out of the gate. But they lose those, And so here we are, and they bounced back and took it out on Purdue last week. But Arkansas is a good team. Going down there, they are favored by 4.5 points. 4.5. I guess that feels like the line is right. But also, as much as I would like to see Notre Dame win this game, I think that's a tempting line to take the home team. I think Arkansas has a chance to win this game. Now, I think Purdue's the better team, but I think Arkansas has a chance to win this game. And so the money line plus 164 is semi-intriguing, but I think the 4.5 points are intriguing. Now, Notre Dame needs this. I think they win it, but I'm looking for that high noon. Other game of interest locally, college football, IU goes down to, or goes up and over, whatever you want to say, to Iowa to take on the Hawkeyes in Iowa City at Kinnick Stadium. That's always an awesome atmosphere. IU obviously coming off their shellacking of Illinois, the fraud that was Illinois that I never believed in the first place. I didn't think they were that bad. That was just, but yeah, for them to be ranked 8th going into last week's game, that was absurd. IU's favored by 8.5 points. It's not the most attractive number in betting. It's just an odd number. You know, we'd like to be down at like a touchdown or so like that. But Iowa plays tough at home. A lot of people around the country that I've listened to tend to like this game as far as IU covering Iowa covering the line. But I don't know. Iowa can't score. This could be an ugly game. I think IU's offense is good enough to just take care of business and win this game by 10. That's how I feel. That is as much my trust in IU as it is lack of trust in Iowa to score. And this is not a new thing with Iowa. They just have trouble scoring, and this has been a thing for a long time with the Hawkeyes. So I don't know about this game yet, but I do like IU to take care of business. Then it sets up a very intriguing matchup at Oregon, and I think that's people kind of feel like that's a fait accompli. That okay, well that would be IU's loss. I'm not so sure. We'll see. I think it will be, but we don't know yet. And I think there's a lot of games IU will take care of between that game and then the Penn State game, which I think IU has a much better chance to win. I'm not in love with Penn State. I think they're a little overhyped too. Frankly, why do we have rankings until like week 6? I hate arguing this because the rankings are what they are. But right now, from what we've seen from Penn State, the number 3 team in the country, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But that's it for college football. NFL football this weekend. The Colts go on the road to the Rams, and this line sits at 3.5 points, and that feels right to me. That feels right to me. But I'm telling you, the Rams last week, that might be one of the worst beats that you're going to see in football. They went on the road to Philadelphia, and they dominated them. They dominated them, up 27-6. Get 2 field goals blocked. They had 3 third and ones that they didn't get. Just not a game they should have lost at all. And I still look at the Rams as certainly one of the best teams in the NFC, for sure. I think they bounced back and beat the Colts here. Rams got a really good defense, too. So Rams got a good offense, really good defense. 3.5 is, yeah, that feels about right, but we'll see. What's fun about this is I think the Colts have a chance to go win this game. Do I think they will? I don't think so, but the fact that we're talking about them having a chance to go on the road and win a game like this against a team like this is awesome. So we'll see there. I'm not committing to anything yet, but I'll probably wake up Sunday morning and make my make my play at that time, or not make my play and then talk about how I should have made my play. I do that a lot too. Last night yesterday we talked about a game, the Thursday night game last night. I didn't hesitate. As soon as I looked at this, I saw Seattle -2.5, and I loved that. I loved Seattle -2.5. It didn't feel like a hesitation to me at all. Of course, they get up 20-6 or whatever. Next thing I know, it's 20-20, and Seattle holds on and wins 23-20. But another game that I really like as much as that one is the Minnesota Vikings Pittsburgh Steelers game. I like the Vikings -2.5. Yeah, I like that a lot. I know it's on the road, Pittsburgh. I don't care. I think that's I like that about as much as I liked last night's game. So we're going to go that direction for sure. Detroit's at home -10 to Cleveland. You know, double digits in the NFL get a little. I mean, that's kind of like no-fly zone a little bit, if you will. Not me. I like that a lot. I think Detroit could beat Cleveland by 24. So, yeah, that's a window that I like. 10 points, I'll take that. Final thing, we mentioned MLB earlier, and one thing that came up this week was the announcement of the automated umpiring system. Now, people are calling this robo-umps. They're not robo-umps, although I wish we had robo-umps. Robo-umps would be awesome, like a little R2-D2 Tesla robot back there looking thing, and flashing up, strike, ball signals, you name it. Maybe punching the dude when he's out, getting him out of the batter's box. I don't know. No, seriously, this is long overdue in baseball. I am sick and tired of watching games affected by strike zones where balls are this far out of the strike zone. Changes the whole complexion of a count, changes the complexion of an inning. I like the human element, but we have the technology to get this right. And if you're going to show me the K zone on TV right now, well, then we got to do something with it. This shouldn't just be a gimmick. This is one of those things that probably took a long time to get approved, through negotiations. You're dealing with unions, the umpires union. But essentially, umpires are still going to be in play, but balls and strikes can be reviewed on command, so the catcher can call for it or the batter can call for it. You get 2 challenges per game. If you get it right, so if I say, hey, that should have been a ball, and it is a ball, then we get our challenge back. If you get it wrong, you lose 1 challenge, and you only get 2 to lose. I like this, and it will be pretty quick. Tennis is so much more enjoyable to watch because we don't have to worry about missed lines, right? Like, they come in right away, camera shows you where the ball is, boom, it's over, we're moving on with our life. That's what we want. Quick. We don't need NBA stuff. This NBA stuff, NBA's got to figure stuff out, and I get it. It's not always a call that's, right on the line per se, like a strike zone is, or a baseline in tennis, or a sideline in tennis, but the tennis system is fantastic. I think baseball will be too. All this has been tested in the minor leagues, by the way. So when we do this, like whether it's the pitch clock that everyone thought was, we got a pitch clock now, that's going to change the complexion of the game. No, it does. It makes it more enjoyable to watch. And this will be too. So anyone who's worked up about robo-umps, just know this is just one step in a direction of automated system, balls and strikes. If we ever get to the point, like I said, with full robots back there, that would be fantastic for me. I'd love it. So, big fan of it. Looking forward to seeing that next year, but we're not going to have it this year. Right now, let's just enjoy the last weekend of the season, and let's enjoy the playoffs, as those are just right around the corner. All right, have a good weekend, everybody. I hope you have a safe one, and whatever you're doing in life, a horse racing term, get a leg up, and enjoy the weekend. Have a good time.